stay, you may be able to save a lot of money.
Call right now and find out just how much money you might be able to save.
Come on, go now.
1-800-699-0761. 1-800-699-0761. That's 1-800-761.
Is your credit scoring? Just a little. You may even. Okay, net credit. A more personal.
This is a big end. This is one question.
Call right now. Maybe it's compensation. Firefighting falls was for decades, especially in U.S. military bases and airports, although many of these militaries take which can keep you inside the body and will now break down over time, potentially increasing of pain. It was repeated. Fighting the fire.
We are in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. Free your mind.
singular sound. And she does just that on Southern Gal.
My brother Angel Snub 7 at the Reality Temple. And to give props to him, because I listened to all of Angel Snub 7's videos. I think that he comes from a different angle. And there's a powerful message in a lot of the videos that he put out. And I try to catch all of them. I look at him as a free thinker and a person that's willing to challenge those of which he don't agree with or which he may think differently from. And I really respect him for that. He's challenged KNBS, and he has also challenged the Black supremacy movement as well. And I have nothing against that, because that which cannot be challenged cannot stand, and will not stand, and will not survive the test of time. How many challenges we can withstand will determine how long we will be able to stand.
Not to be popular. It just, I'm inspired by my brother, that Reality Temple's brother, the most powerful voice on the internet, that Reality Angel Snub 7. That's right, bro. I'm calling you out, bro. I'm building you. I'm putting you out there, bro. I'm shouting you out. That's my inspiration.
This is an honor. I've been watching you for at least a couple years now.
Yes, sir.
From the first time I got hip to your channel, I've been hooked ever since. I'm always looking out for new videos. I mean, when I first saw your channel, I said, oh, this is an ancestor that has most definitely returned. Yes, most definitely. This is not a new ancestor. This is an old ancestor. You could hear, you could feel the ancestors through you. You know, most people probably say, what is he talking about?
Right.
They don't get it. You gotta be on that level.
I trust that feeling. Does anybody have any questions of me before I get out of here? Let's see what you guys are saying. What's up, Soul Sister Rona? Hey, Taalik. I'm the brother that did my Mike Jackson in Tunica, Mississippi. Hey, now. Hello to Terry. Respect. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up.
Well, when you have laws and things on paper that say, if you do this, we're going to punish you by incarcerating you, and you break them and you're dumb enough to get caught, then you're just dumb.
All right. Shout out to Reality Temple in the building. Just for I got to get him on here, man. You talk about somebody polarizing. Whoa. that brother is, I'll leave that alone. Shout out to the brother, though, Just.
and that is Brother Taalik from the Reality Temples on Earth channel. And if you get a chance to subscribe, please do subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. You know, he's doing good work, and he wants to do good constructive things. He has good information to provide. So please do check out his channel if you get a chance.
Black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us.
We are in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
Keep it real.
What, dear?
Because I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly.
What, dear? Because I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
He didn't make no attempt. In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what we call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty, mighty, mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. Before we begin our talk, I want to issue a parental discretion is advised. Again, parental discretion is advised. Now, I don't know why we should do that, because most of your children, even very small children, probably no more vulgar, profane, nasty language and words and actions than I do as an adult going on 60 years old. They're not going to hear nothing from us they have not heard before, because that's how many of you roll in your households. You don't care what your children hear. You don't care what your children do. The movies and the radio and cable and television and the drug dealers and all the riffraff, anything and anybody can nurture and raise your children, and you don't care. In fact, the reality is you really don't even love your children. It's just something to do. You just spitting them out like you're a rabbit, like you're a roach, like you're a rat, you're a mouse. You spit them out in this society, and if they live, they live. If they die, they die. That's the reality of many, many parents. Just something to do. Because I got a penis. Because I got a vagina. You have not accomplished nothing else in your life. Many of you barely graduated out of high school, grade school. You damn sure didn't try to go to college. There's a very low number of people in America that go to college. very low number of you that go to trade school, so you have no skills, you have no education, but you can screw and make babies that fill the prison, that make babies that fill the mental institution, that make babies that fill the welfare offices. And I love them. I love you. You make babies that continue the cycle of hopelessness and poverty, and you're satisfied with that. And your children, you can find them at the liquor store, at the dope house, at the strip club, at the whorehouse. American children are easy victims of sex trafficking because they have no parents, just a bunch of people with a penis and vagina with nothing else to do, just reckless behavior. But we're going to offer a parental discretion is advised, because for the minority of you who are trying to do, as Spike Lee said, the right thing, the minority of you that really do try and you really care for your children and you try to protect your children from profane language, substance abuse, and other negative influence around them, I give you a salute and I wish you the best of luck. Because as you know, so many of our babies, not only soul brothers and sisters, but American children in general are violent, they're bullies, they're materialistic, they're corrupt, substance abusers as children. Some of you begin your children with Ritalin, these psycho drugs, and these psycho drugs evolve to illegal drug use and meth. And of course, we love to smoke the reefer. America itself, let alone brothers and sisters of soul, is in bad shape. But we're going to offer parental discretion in our talk for those who do and care about their babies. Also, it is a part of our talk because we're speaking to the men. Of course, sisters will listen to this broadcast, this live stream, but I'm talking to the men. And of course, very few men will listen to this broadcast because they are not men. And many of them know Angel Snuff 7. And so, of course, they do not want to be around somebody that challenged their so-called manhood, because I'm telling you, you are a man as far as physical. You can make a baby and you can go to work every day, 40 hours a week, but you're not a full functioning male. You're not a full functioning man. And I don't care if you're pro-black. I don't give a damn if you're Pan-African or Hebrew Israelite or Muslim. I say in the soul community, I say in the black community, I don't give a damn how good you think your daddy was. I don't give a damn how you think your uncle was or your father or whoever. I say there are no black men in the community. That's what I say. And if you can't handle that, take your wimpy crying ass on somewhere else. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Adios amigos. Because we're not going to stroke you here. We're not going to coddle you here. We're not going to stroke ourselves. We're not going to coddle ourselves. We're not going to babysit nobody. You're a grown man. Man up, like you say, and accept the truth of us. Living in denial, having somebody babysit your ass is not going to solve our problem. It's not going to change our condition. The reason why our condition remains the same and why we don't progress and why we don't evolve is because somebody continues to babysit and coddle and make excuses and won't let you be a man, a full functioning man. You're only a man because of your physical gender, because you have a penis. But the soul man, or the black man in this country, the African American male, we are not full functioning men. If we were full functioning men, our actions would show, our condition would show. That's what we are. Our condition shows exactly who we are. Well, it ain't me. It ain't me. I'm better than you. I ain't like him. Let's go to a picture. Now, this is Lil Nas X. I don't know a lot about Lil Nas X. I don't know. I just know he's a rapper. And he's gay, I guess, I assume. And he's pregnant. He puts an image out here with flowers in his head and he's pregnant. Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X is a black man. Lil Nas X would be considered an African American, a soul brother. This is Lil Nas X. Now, in our self-righteousness, we would say, and be happy to stand up and say, that's not me. That's not me. And you point your direction, you point your fingers away from Lil Nas X. I'm better. That's not me. Now, of course, you're not going to like what I have to say. You're not going to like what I have to say. Do you think I like this image? Let's take a closer look. Do you think I like this image? Do you think that this platform, do you think that I advocate this image? Hell no. I'm going to say that again. Hell no. But this is the reality. Lil Nas X is a reflection of my gender, whether I like it or not. There ain't no reflection of he's a reflection. He's a black man, whether you like it or not. And he's a reflection of our gender, whether you like it or not. And frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. When they see Lil Nas X, they see a black man. He's part of our gender, whether I like it or not, whether you like it or not. Lil Nas X is a consequence of our failure of not being full functioning men. If you don't want to see Lil Nas X, then change the condition. If you can't change the condition, then get ready for a whole lot of Lil Nas X, and that's what we have seen within the last decade. And gay people cannot even multiply. Did you hear what I said? Gay people cannot even multiply, but he exists. Lil Nas X and all this, any other male degeneracy is a reflection of the failure of the black man in this country to become a full functioning male. And if you don't like it, kick rocks, who gives a damn? You got a whole city in Atlanta, they say, is a whole lot of Lil Nas X. Where the hell they coming from? Is there a factory? But again, it's a reflection of the failure of the black man in America. Whether I like it or not, whether you like it or not. And if we don't like it, then we need to change it. But clearly, whatever we're doing, the situation is getting worse. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. It ain't me. Live in denial if you want to. He's a reflection of the failure of black men in this country because we are not full functioning men. And that's what we want to talk about. You're only men because you have a penis. You're only a man because of your physical stature, but you're not a full functioning male. I can accept the reality of things. I don't need nobody to sugarcoat. If you want somebody to sugarcoat, you need to go to Sonetta TV, Moorish World TV, the Nation of Islam. You need to go somewhere where somebody can kiss your little ass, kiss your little knee, and sugarcoat stuff to make you believe you're a man when they know you're not. Your condition shows that we are not full functioning men. The condition of our women and children show that we're not full functioning men. The fact that more and more little narcissists, little nastiness is being created is showing that we have failed as a gender. With all your scholarship, with all your religion and spirituality, with all your knowledge and your education, but you continue to produce the unnatural. And we as a community continue to fall into the abyss of hell. All this could be stopped if there were men, but we have no men. The poor black woman has never had a man. Never. Well, my dad, your daddy was right here with us in this condition. Your grandfather and your grandparents, Nat Turner, Malcolm, all of them was right here in this condition. It has not gotten better. it's gotten worse. You live in denial. And you can live in delusions, but it's not going to change the fact. Your condition shows who and what we are. And you can live in denial all you want to. Let's talk about it. Before we get started, if you are the crybaby type, if you are the over-emotional type, I suggest you leave now. Because this is the talk to the brothers. Real man talk. We're not going to babysit. We're not going to coddle. Straight reality. So I give you time to piss off with your punk ass. And that's a big part of the problem. Y'all a bunch of punks. Then you call yourself some god, some warrior. How the hell you a god and a warrior and you can't even handle somebody talking? You get mad and upset. I don't like what he said. You a coon. You a Sambo. Get the Similac off your mouth. Go find that lady, Sharzar Ali, or some of these other women that'll put a titty in your mouth. I don't have breasts. So you're not going to get a titty from me. Go find her and some of these other women men have brainwashed and let them put their titty in your mouth. And when you fall down and scrape your little knee, let them put a Band-Aid on your knee. I'm not doing a damn thing for you here. You stand up and walk and talk. You're going to be a man here or nothing at all. Or just accept Little Nas as a way of life. Because no matter what you do, no matter where you go, I don't give a damn how pro-black you are or how pan-African you are, because you're not a full-functioning man, you are going to produce Little Nas. Fact. Come on, Deacon. Man up. You can't handle the reality of our situation? Leave. Bye. 30 people have unsubscribed. I don't know how many I done blocked and kicked off. Leave. Go somewhere where somebody can treat you like a baby. You're not a man, you're not woman enough to handle reality. You want somebody to give you fairy tales and babyfy you, babysit you. That's your problem. That's why you're not a full functioning man. You're not a full functioning woman. Okay. I want to say this. Now, I don't know how long I will have to talk with us. I know I might look healthy. I know I might sound healthy, but I am not healthy. Brother Taalik is not healthy. And many of the brothers that's on our level, we're older people. And unfortunately, we're not healthy. And the reality is, we have more time in back of us than in front of us. I would hope that you younger brothers, speaking to the deacons and those who support this platform, I would hope that you would save these videos, you would save this information, and if I should die before I wake, I would hope that you would continue this fight to rebuild and rebirth what I call soul power. Because you know the acceptance of reality is the only thing that can change this condition. You cannot depend on me to come before the cameras every week and give us a message. You should be just as in tune to the message as I am. And you should be dedicated to the message as I am, because there are millions out there who have not heard our message. And if the right person, and it even could be you, listen to the message, take our message where it needs to go. So you must be willing, when I pass the baton, be man enough to take the baton and keep reality going the same way they keep this foolishness going, all this pro-black, Pan-African, and Hebrew Israelite, the same way it keeps going, we need to keep going. We need to stay in their ass, because those things are ineffective. In fact, they are detrimental. They have failed to produce strong black men. They have failed to produce full functioning men. Take the baton. Don't be scared. You may not talk the way I do. You may not think the way I do. But you can mirror a video. You can copy a mirror. And you can continue to spread the word. There's an old saying, old men for counsel, young men for war. Our problem is, ever since our ancestors was set loose, not free, set loose from the slave plantation, we as men have failed our people. We fail ourselves. Old men for counsel, but how can you be an old man and counsel if you really have nothing to give the young people except the same stuff that didn't work for you? I'm going to repeat that again. You're listening to old men that's giving you scholarship and information and a strategy that did not work for them. Most of this stuff I lived and practiced that life. Over 45 years. Brother Taalik was in that life 40 some years. Brother Omar Shabazz, the brother that makes our Operation Exodus Mississippi videos. Been in this life. We've been in this life for a long time. And we are here to tell you it don't work. You're listening to stuff that's not going to do a damn thing for you. So we are old men, and we counsel you with different strategy and a different way, because we already done it the way that they sell you. It don't work. Old men for counsel, but old men want to counsel you to try to be successful in a life that didn't do them any good. What counsel is that? That's the wrong counsel. Incorrect counsel. And they are too arrogant, and they are embarrassed, because many of these people been believing these things probably almost all their life. Yeah, well, I've been a Pan-African for 45 years. I've been a Hebrew Israelite for 55 years. I've been a Christian for 67 years. You've been wrong for 67 years. You've been wrong for 45 years. And you're too ashamed, and you're too arrogant, and you're too self-righteous to tell the young people that what you've done for 45 years is a failure. Do you believe that it feels good to me being part of the Nation of Islam? And then I have to turn around and say, that was a road to nowhere? Do you think that it felt good for Malcolm X to turn around after he taught the people, Nation of Islam teachers, for over 12 years, and now he had to turn around like, whoa, that's not the way to go. It takes a man and it takes a woman just to admit, hey, I was wrong. So that goes to show you right now, we're not fully functioning men and fully functioning women, because we cannot even accept the reality that we're wrong, that we are in error. You want to keep doing the failure, the do nothing that you're doing, hoping one day you're going to get it right. It's going to be successful. How long has this pro-blackness been around? Over 100 years. What has it done? What has it done for you lately? Nothing. So if pro-blackness been around a little over 100 years, guess why? Guess why? Guess why? I was in it for 45 years. I was in it. Brother Taalik was in it for 40 years. Brother Shabazz was in it for 50 years or whatever. It does not work. So if you're going to be an old man, then counsel the young correctly so they can be successful. So in your Bible, the situation is so messed up. There's a story in the Bible where God gave the instructions to the people, but then when it came down to it, the older people was afraid. The older people was scared, and they held the young people back. the people had to wait till all the old geezers, until the old heads die off in order for them to progress and continue to move forward. That's what's happening to us right now. You got a bunch of old heads and a bunch of young heads with the mind of these old geezers that's stopping us from progressing. They stuck in 1960. They stuck in 1930. They stuck in the pyramids. They stuck 50,000 years ago or whatever. They stuck in a past most of them did not even live. All these younger people running around talking about the 1960s. Your happy ass wasn't even born to the 80s and the 90s. What the hell you know about the 1960s? I was alive in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. And here come a little child born in the 80s and the 90s come to me talk about this is what they did. What the hell you know? I lived it. You read it in a book, somebody's opinion. I lived the 1970s. I lived the 80s. How the hell you gonna tell me what they was doing in the late 60s and the 80s or whatever? You still got baby milk, Similac, dripping from your mouth. This is how arrogant they are. They tell people who actually live in the 40s and 50s what was going on. What the hell you know? How the hell you gonna tell somebody that actually was born in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s? How the hell you gonna tell somebody who actually was in the Nation of Islam in the 19? How you gonna tell somebody who actually knew Malcolm X? How the hell you gonna tell somebody who actually knew Huey P. Newton from the Black Panthers? How the hell you gonna teach them? I got the scholarship. I got the information. You know better than people that lived the history that you can only read in a damn book. Sit your happy ass down. Why don't you listen to your elder that got some sense? And you can tell I got sense. That's why you don't like me. You're not a full functioning man. And we want to be full functioning men, don't you? One of the first things, or when you look in nature, and I use mammals for example because the human being is a mammal, whether you like it or not. What is a mammal? A mammal is a life form that feed their babies milk. The female has mammary glands, thus mammal. There are two roles that you will find in mammals. Either a male will roll, he will go solo, and the only time he sees and deals or interacts with a female is only during breeding time. That describes a lot of y'all. You only want to deal with women breeding time. You just want to hit and leave. Then you have the male that is part of a family unit. And his role is not to raise no children. The female does that. You will see this in elephant society. It's the females that raise the males and the females, and you never have seen a homosexual elephant. You will see in lion society, the female raises the male and the female. You never seen a homosexual lion. So in the family unit, which that's what we practice, we say. But again, a lot of these men, they love to just hit and go about their business. But we, the majority of us, like the family setting. We like the idea of family. Father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, great-great-grandfather. We love that family setting. So when you look and study mammals, the male is different from the female. The male is more aggressive, and physically, he's bigger. His teeth is bigger. His fangs is bigger. Everything about him is stronger than the female. And he's like that because that's his role in the family, to protect that female and those babies at all costs. So whenever there's a threat, that big male supposed to be the first one out to deal with the threat. That's what you see. That's his job. His job is not to raise babies. His job is to protect and defend. And on the side, he can gather a little food or whatever, blah, blah, but that's his main job, is protection. Because those babies, that's his DNA. It's his job to make sure that DNA survives. He's going to protect that female, because without that female, he would not have no babies. She's the one that brings his DNA into this reality. Now, when I was growing up, we had a lot of respect for mama. A lot of you don't have respect for mama. And this is usually how it goes. The male is the first line of defense in the family. And so the female runs behind him. So the children, the babies, run behind the female. That's what you will see. And if the male falls, the female steps up to protect those babies. The female steps up to protect the family. Now, we're talking about the men today. But we're also talking about the women, because like I just told you, when the male falls, then the female steps up to the plate. You have women that tell me they don't have to do nothing. They don't have to fight. They don't have to be a warrior. They can sit their fat ass all day and watch TV, and it's up to the men to fight and die. They don't have to do nothing. But in nature, when the male lion falls, that female automatically knows, I got to protect this DNA. This is me. I got to protect my family. And she steps up to the plate. We have a community where we have no male, this black man, this soul brother. We live in a community where we don't have a mother either. So don't you sit back, woman, and laugh and giggle. Go ahead, Taalik, tell these brothers, your ass have failed, because if the man have fallen, then you step up to the plate. Old men for counsel, old women for counsel to women, to girls. But you have no mother. the so-called American Negro in this country. We have no parents. The only parents we've ever known is the oppressor. We've never had a mother and father. They set us loose off the slave plantation, and for over 400 years, or the last 100 years, we've been winging it, drifting, trying to figure out, how does this work? What I need to do? We win a little bit, we lose a little bit, but overall we're losing. But this is a new day. This is a new time. And your life has been given back to you. This is the rebirth of soul power. All that other stuff have failed to give you life, failed to put you where you need to be. If pro-blackness, that mindset was the way to go, I would not exist. If Pan-Africanism was the way to go, I would not exist. If Christianity and Islam was the way to go, I would not exist. I exist because now is the time. Either you're going to live or you're going to die. You keep rejecting, you reject soul power, you reject life, then you deserve to die. Matter of fact, you are dead. You are the walking dead. You're a zombie. You look alive, but you're dead. This is the rebirth of soul power. This is the rebirth of bringing you your life back. So don't the women be laughing and think you got it going on, because I'm talking to the brothers. I'm talking to the brothers because the brothers are the first line of defense. Have you been defending the women? Have you been defending your children? No. We have failed as a gender. We have failed. As a full functioning man, one of the first things that we should do is regain our warrior spirit, as they would say, like the lion or the bear. We don't have a warrior spirit. We talk about it, but we really don't. We have leaders and we have councils that lead us to nowhere. They guide us to nowhere. They give us pretty speeches and they give us information and they give us the scholarship, but it makes us feel smart. It makes us feel good. But the condition reflects, even those who believe that and practice that, your condition does not change. Why is that? There's a brother named Sarah Sutanseti, and he calls himself the General. The General Sarah Sutanseti. Many of you have heard of the General Sarah Sutanseti. And somebody asked him on a live stream, hey man, you call yourself a general. What you want us to do? What you want your soldiers to do? What you doing? This man calls himself the General Sarah Sutanseti. When you think about general, you think about somebody who is at war, somebody who is in leadership of a military. So they asked him, sir, you the general, what do you want us to do? And he said, or he responded, it ain't up to me to tell you, what to do. I give you the scholarship. I give you the information. And you figure it out. What? What? Can you imagine in World War II, if you out on the battlefield following General George Patton or somebody like that, and you are here and the soldiers looking up to the general and all the leadership, well, what you want us to do? Well, I got you out here. Y'all figure it out. That's not acceptable. Now, in the so-called black community, that's acceptable. This man gave this answer, and he still has thousands of people listening to him. That's acceptable. And the number one reason why it's acceptable is because y'all don't want to fight anyway. You don't want to do nothing. The only thing you want to do is sit on your ass, get the information, let's get the scholarship. And you just want to be a comfortable slave living in America. So that's an acceptable answer. Now, when I joined the Nation of Islam, I thought I was joining the military. When Brother Omar Shabazz joined the Nation of Islam, and he joined, I believe he told me the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was still alive. When we joined the Nation of Islam, we like the fact, well, Brother Omar, I believe he told me he actually was in the military. So now he wants to come out of the military and take his fighting skills and use it to fight for his own people. I want to be a fruit of Islam. And that was my thinking. Oh, I want one of those uniforms. I want to fight. One of the things that got me about being part of the Nation of Islam was this. If I'm at war, this is wartime, I'm living with my oppressor. I'm not in a foreign land. I'm not in an independent nation. I'm living in a hostile environment. I'm living with my oppressor. And it made me scratch my head, because why would you want the brothers to have a family in a hostile environment? Why do you want them to make babies and have a family in an oppressive, a hostile environment? I never understood that. I thought I was going to be a soldier and we going to war. But the only thing myself and Brother Omar Shabazz done, take our happy ass out on the street corner, find a call newspaper, Muhammad Speaks. You got your newspaper? Hear what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaching, hear what Louis Farrakhan teaching. Wake up, black man and woman. Build your own nation. Till this day, we have no nation. Till this day, we're not independent. Till this day, the so-called fruit of Islam have never went to war with nobody except themselves. They slander and gossip and assault, even kill themselves. And they've never struck the KKK or the Nazis or the government. They've never done nothing. What kind of military is this? You a soldier. You a soldier and never go to war. And these brothers by the thousands follow Elijah Muhammad. These brothers by the thousands follow Louis Farrakhan. It reminds me of that movie called Glory with Denzel Washington. Remember, they formed this all-black regiment, and the only thing this all-black regiment did was build bridges and other tiddlywink assignments. They wanted to fight. And to my knowledge, that's one of the things that began to tip the scales of the Civil War. You had all these black soldiers, ex-slaves, willing to fight and die for the cause. They didn't want to do tiddlywink stuff. This was our ancestors, our people. Unfortunately, they wasn't willing to fight for themselves, but they had that spirit, that warrior spirit, to fight. You don't have it. I'm going to use Glory for an example. Now, can you imagine the Civil War? And you're on the battlefield, and guns are pointing at you. But when your commander, listen, woo, but when your commander says charge, you are expected to run, not run the opposite direction. You are expected to run to the bullets. Your commander hold up his hand. When I let my hand down, charge, charge. You go forward to the bullets. We can even go back to Africa. And I was watching this movie called Shaka Zulu. And King Shaka was in the front. He was a king. He was not in the back. King Shaka was in the front. And when King Shaka said, let's do this, as a soldier, and you got all these spears and other crap waiting on you, Shaka said, let's do it. You got to go. And when you look at the battlefield, all kinds of bodies dropping because somebody, when you charge, the ones in the front, chances are you're going to die. But you're a soldier and you expect to die. So how many died on the battlefield on the Civil War? How many died in Africa on battlefields? You are a soldier, you're a warrior, you are a man. That's part of your functioning as a man of that society. When your leadership tells you go, you got to do it. That's what they expect of you in the military. Some of these people became cowards. All the bodies that come from Iraq and Afghanistan or whatever, a lot of them suicide. And a lot of them, the military killed them. Oh yeah, I know it might be hard to believe. Because chances are they might have punked out and was running or whatever, didn't obey the order. That's why a lot of y'all don't want to join organizations because y'all a bunch of punks and you can't follow leadership. A lot of these guys that talk about me have never belonged to organization because they're a bunch of punks, a bunch of crybabies. They can't follow orders. I reached out to my captain in New York, and hopefully he will come here and we will talk to him because he knew me when I was 18 years old, when I was in the Nation of Islam, my captain, Brother Ronald X. Stewart. And I respect Brother Captain because whatever he asked you to do, he would do it. And Brother Ronald was always in the front. And I respect him for that. Here we are talking about, I'm a warrior. Y'all a bunch of punks. You don't have the heart when the order is given. Go, charge. And you looking at guns and cannons and bazookas and tanks. Y'all ain't ready for that kind of action. You just want to go on somebody's platform and feel good like you would. You know, most of y'all, you're not going to do it. But part of being a male is aggressive behavior, that warrior spirit. And you don't have it because you came off a slave plantation. A slave ain't never been a warrior. I don't give a damn what your ancient ancestors done 50,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago. What they done don't mean a damn thing in 2021 because you a coward. You a punk ass Negro. And you don't have leadership. So you a general. The first thing the general must do, you have to get the masses of the people. You're not going to get all of them, but you need to get a lot of the masses of the people on your side so they can support your army. That's what George Washington done. That's what the forefathers of this nation done. They had the support of the majority of the people in the 13 colonies. Because without their support, you can't, your army is powerless. Because your army needs clothes. Your army needs food. Your army needs to be supported. So you need the masses of the people on your side. During the 1960 civil rights, there was no army. There were black organizations that called themselves an army, but they was not an army. Because the majority of the people did not support the army. And you had no gathering of the soldiers. How you going to be a general? How you going to fight a war and you have no soldiers? See, the fruit of Islam is wacky anyway. It's a wacky military. First, it's religious based. A military should not be religious based. For us, it should not. Really, for anybody. Has nothing to do with religion. Because the functioning of a soldier, I saw somebody talk about the Vietnam War. And they talk about these young teenage men went to the Vietnam War. They went in as boys and they came out as men. No, no, no. The military, especially the American military, is not designed to make you a man. The military is designed to make you a killer. To give you no conscience so that you can destroy. So when you drop bombs on children and women, you don't give a damn. That's my enemy. I'm here to kill you. Kill my enemy. You do not go in as a boy and come out as a man. You become more wiser and you know how to survive because that's what you had to do in the military, because if you mess around and slipped up, you could end up dead. You did not become a man. There's a lot of Vietnam veterans and people from war on our streets all over this country out of their damn minds. They are not men. They went crazy. They couldn't even function as a father in their families. That's not the function. That's not the purpose of the military, to make a man out of you. Manhood training and the military is two different things. Manhood training can be part of the military experience. But in America, we know that's not what it's about. You are a killing machine. When the male or the female or the bisexual or the homosexual or the transgender, whatever you want to call it, when they go to the military, their job, and they are trained to kill the enemy. Have no conscience, no empathy. Sir, those are children that I don't drop the bomb. They had no problem dropping the bomb on Japan. 3 of them. Women, children, civilians. And then those men that killed all those civilian Japanese women, children, and men and the elderly, they came back to America. I'm going to give you a Bronze Star for being a good murderer. I'm going to give you the Silver Star. I'm going to give you all these accolades and badges. You a real good killer. That's what the military is about. We don't want to be like them, but we definitely need that spirit. We need that mindset in 2021, and you don't have it. You talked it in your mind, and that's all it is talk. You could never look down the barrel of guns and bombs, and you would do it for your enemy. Send your children to the military, but you won't advise and form a military for yourself. So we can go toe-to-toe with the KKK. We can go toe-to-toe with any of these nationalist, racist-ass groups. The only thing our people got to do is give the call. Like the Minutemen back in the day in the Revolutionary War. Call up the Minutemen. Hey, we got trouble in Georgia. We got trouble in Tennessee. We got trouble in California. And the Minutemen, when they call me, what? The LAPD, them racists is giving us problems. Hey, I gotta go. The women got to know you married to a soldier. I'm leaving. I might not come back home. The sisters got to understand that we are at war. If you want to have a family, then the family needs to understand that daddy is a soldier and daddy can die at any time. I'm on the battlefield. If we was a real people in 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the only thing they had to do, call the Minutemen. Hey, these crackers, these Peckerwoods is messing with us. New York Minutemen. New Jersey Minutemen, Philadelphia, Detroit, LA, we get in our cars, we walk to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Bastard, you got something to deal with. And if we have to, we take out our armory and get their damn tanks and bazookas. Time to go to war. But we don't have full functioning men. So when Tulsa, Oklahoma was bombed, when the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia, the organization called MOVE, when they was bombed, everybody just sit back in the cut. Ah, I wonders what they did. What did they do? And they must have been some bad Negroes in Tulsa, Oklahoma. What did they do in Philadelphia? My, oh my, what did they do? I'm glad it's not us. My family's safe. My family's safe. That's our attitude in 2021. Because we have no men. We have no generals to lead the charge. Because these old ass geezers, your council, don't know what to do. They failed you and continue to fail you. The soldiers must be supported by the people. So out of every paycheck, if we was a people, then we support our own military. So your baby don't have to go to the white man's military. Your baby can go to our military, our militia that we form. And we as a people support that. So wherever we get in trouble anywhere in this country, call the Minutemen. Hey, Nation of Islam Temple just got raided by the New York Police Department. Minutemen, Detroit, LA, Phoenix, the Minutemen, get in their cars, hop on the planes. Whatever we got to do, we got to help our brothers and sisters in New York. But you have no men that can get that done. So if the Nation of Islam Temple is raided, it's just raided. And then they take the brothers and sisters to prison, just like many of our people from the 1960s. They in prison right now. You don't give a damn about them. Many of them are ex-Nation of Islam. Many of them are ex-Black Panthers, Black Liberation Party, and so forth. They in prison right now because of our attitude, because we don't have full functioning men. Ain't no way to hell. If we was full functioning men, and you are the sons and daughters of the people that struggle for us, you're going to let our freedom fighters lay around in a goddamn prison. It make no sense for Sister Asada Shakur to be in exile in Cuba, and she's like that because she has no men to support her. She's not part of a people. Everybody's in their little funky ass clique. And you will go to your little individual funky ass grave. Because your enemies see all of us as the same. And you even say that, but you're too arrogant. You're too arrogant and selfish to unify with others in a similar. You tripping off, oh, you ain't no African, you ain't no Aboriginal. And they're going to put all of us, our Aboriginal, African, atheist, agnostic, whatever the hell we call, they're going to put us all in the same grave. They're going to all use the same bullets to blow your brains out. Here's a bullet for the African, Pan-African. Here's a bullet for the Muslim. Here's a bullet for the Hebrew Israelite. Here's a bullet for all y'all dumbass suckers. And the reason why you allow that to happen, because you're not a full functioning man. Because men would know better. You think after 100 years being so-called free, you would know better, but you don't. You still have the same attitude, mindset of those who were on the slave plantation. So what do our leadership give us? Because Sarah soon said, he said, look, I gave you the information, I gave you the teaching, you're on your own. And that's all you're going to see. What are you going to get from Sinetta TV? Nothing but information, scholarship. No vision, no strategy, no plan, nothing. What you get from Louis Farrakhan? He feeds my spiritual nature. There's a lot of people in prison right now, their spiritual nature get fed. does not help you. The information and the scholarship only helps you once you become a liberated and free people. Other than that, it means nothing. The reason why you have a little Nas is because we have no warrior spirit. So it's easier for little Nas to be a female because it's too much pressure to be a full functioning male. He's a reflection of the gender. And you can say, it ain't me. He's a reflection of the gender. You might not go as far as little Nas, but you're just as weak and you're a little sissy, because that's another name that they call homosexuals. They call them sissies. And you're just a sissy just like they are. You have no fight. You have no drive. You're not a soldier. You're not a warrior. In order to be a general, you must be able to think. In order to be a general, you have to be able to strategize. In order to be a leader, you have to be able to have a vision and a purpose and a goal. You lack all these things. In order to produce a full functioning man, we have to start as boys. We have to have manhood training. These boys should be trained in martial arts right off the bat. They should be trained in skills, carpentry, electric, plumbing, car repair. You got to give our children skills, because these skills they can do for themselves. You don't have to run around talking about, we got to do for ourselves. When you give that child skills, as he grow older, he can easily do for himself, because that boy is a jack of all trades. He knows a little carpentry. He knows how to fix up houses. He knows how to farm. He knows how to do a little bit of everything right off the bat as a child. And then he would pick something to specialize in where he can make a living and take care of his children, his wife and children. Our babies, these boys, should be trained in weapons, modern warfare. And people always tell me about, I need to read this book. I forgot what it's called, but it's some kind of book. Hey, what was the name of that book? Yeah, right. That's what we give them. They know how to rap and dance. Nonsense. But since we don't control the public school system, hey, if we were full, yeah, that's it. That's it. See, that's why it's good. That's why it's good to have some help. Yeah, people keep telling me about the art of war. Duh. They already know about that strategy. Duh. The thing about war, the thing about fighting is to do something that your enemy don't expect. A strategy that your enemy don't expect. Now, that might work, but also it's been done before, and so somebody's going to be looking for it. Now, the thing about our Mississippi campaign is that we know we're not in a position to fight somebody physically, which most of you wouldn't do it anyway. You're too damn scared. So what we're going to do is take the tools that the enemy give us and use it against them. Simple as that. And everything about the Mississippi campaign is legal under federal and state law. And if they change the law, you just change your strategy. And really, it's only so much they can do because it's their law. If they change it too much, they're going to get other people upset. They're going to get white folks and a whole lot of other people upset by messing with things. Because everything that the Mississippi campaign is about is 1,000% legal. It is the art of war. The art of war, we use our brain. We use our strategy. The art of war, that was a strategy that worked for them. That was a strategy that worked for them. We developed a strategy that worked for us and our situation. I get sick of people trying to compare our situation with somebody else. That's their garbage. They're not us. We're not them. Again, use every strategy you can, but don't be so damn dumb and stupid you can't develop your own. That would help a lot of these young men become strong by giving them skills that is strong, giving them confidence. So you get your army and you recruit your soldiers. What do soldiers do? Soldiers defend their territory and soldiers take territory. That's what soldiers would do. Now here we are calling ourselves, I'm a god, I'm a warrior, I'm a soldier. And you run around here buying land. Oh, let's get together, brothers and sisters, and let's buy 500 acres over here. Let's buy 300 acres over there. Let's buy this little baby town. Who the hell is y'all general? Who the hell are y'all following? I'm a general. My soldiers, we're going to take territory. And we're not going to buy a damn thing. When the Peckerwood came to North America, he ain't buy a damn thing. He came over here and took. And most people all over the earth, even the Africans, they take the soldiers, they send their armies out and they take. They ain't buying a damn thing. Kick you in your ass and take what you got. The Mississippi campaign is not about buying land. It's about finding a way to control that land. I ain't buying a damn thing. Our ancestors have already died, bled, sweat for this land. What do it look like for? And then after they set our ancestors loose, they ripped our ancestors off. They stole our ancestors' money, that Freedmen's Bank, whatever the hell it was. And when we became sharecroppers, they ripped us off because our people couldn't read. They were illiterate. They didn't know math. And then you're going to turn around in 2021. They have not gave you no kind of reparation. And you talking about buying some. I ain't buying a damn thing from these bitches. These parasites. The Mississippi campaign is about a strategy, so you don't have to buy it. All you want to do is control the land for your benefit. We're going to take it. Ain't giving you a damn dime. We earned it anyway, generations ago. But the bastards are not fair. They're not just. So you got to find a way to get yours because you're dealing with criminals. And again, everything the Mississippi campaign is about is legal under the law. Ain't nothing they can do about it. The only thing holding us back is ourselves because we don't have an army of full functioning men. Y'all with me? I got a little bit more here to go. Can you hang? Because we're getting ready to hit 2 hours. I just got a little bit more to go, maybe half an hour, and keep ripping. Y'all been real quiet in the chat room. Where the trolls at? I want to say, while I'm taking this small break, we have a channel dedicated to the Deacons of Reality. Deacons of Reality, put that, you can put that link in the chat room. Because I created a channel just for the deacons, for all their little short films and whatever else they want to do on this channel. And because you got people that want to flag their videos and whatever. So we want to save those videos and we put them on this channel so that we can continue to enjoy the fire that the Deacons of Reality put out for us. Great. These brothers are great soldiers. In fact, I would say they were the turning point in our war against the demons of darkness. Also, people know that if they come here, you got myself, you got the deacons, y'all got an ass whooping coming. Because we'll put videos out on your ass 24 hours a day if necessary. Keep your sissified, crying, whimpering ass over there where you at. And yeah, we still gonna talk about you. Damn skipping. And we're not talking about you personally, but your bullshit ass religion, your bullshit ass Pan-Africanism, your bullshit ass spirituality. Yeah, we're gonna keep talking about it. And you can talk about us, but you can't. There's nothing to talk about because we're real. Y'all the one pumping that damn garbage. So give me another half an hour, 20 minutes. And let us bring this to conclusion. Woo. Okay. All right. So we lack manhood training. And we talked about manhood training in an earlier video. And if you want to watch what we have to say about manhood training, it's under Lenin Honor, something about Lenin Honor and manhood training. You could probably look that up. I know we've come here and we've hurt some feelings because we believe grandpa, grandma, I mean, not grandma, grandpa, great-great-grandfather and uncles and my daddy. And we view them as we view them as men. No. You will view them as men when the condition that we live in demonstrate this is what we've achieved. Until then, when we look across the water and we see this guy right here. As long as this fella come from our womb, as a gender, we cannot call ourselves no full functioning anything. And he is not, absolutely. And his kind is not decreasing, his kind is increasing, because the only way you can change the condition is you have to change the environment, and that's the purpose of the male. We have to change the environment that our women and our children grew up in. As long as the environment stays the way that it is, I don't give a damn if you Pan-African or Muslim or Hebrew Israelite or whatever the hell you call yourself. As long as we live in this environment, and as long as you have the mindset of the oppressor, and even though you think that you think different, you think because you pro-black and Pan-African and Hebrew and Muslim or whatever, you think that you think outside of the European concept. No, matter of fact, that's what you are. You're nothing but a walking white man. They don't want to hear that either. We're nothing but walking white people. We're Europeans. That's all you've known. Just because you read some books and because you got on a plane and you went to Africa. Ooh, I feel the ancestors under my feet. You're a damn lie. You feel dirt under your feet. You don't feel no damn ancestors. What they look like? What's their names? Since you feel your ancestors under your feet and it's not plain dirt, what's their name? Speak their language. It's a damn lie. Feel good garbage. We can't do that here. It's a damn lie. I used to say that same creepy, dumbass stuff when I stood in the spot where Malcolm X was shot in the Audubon ballroom. I don't feel a damn thing. I'm lying to myself. Malcolm been gone since 1965. I did not stand in the Audubon ballroom where he was murdered until 1981. What the hell am I going to feel? There's nothing to feel. They done cleaned and dusted that place, took his body out years ago. I ain't feel a damn thing. I wasn't honest with myself. I ain't feel a damn thing. I can understand. I can imagine his emotion. Imagine what happened February 21st, 1965. I can imagine. I can believe what happened. But I cannot feel a damn thing. It's over. Who knows how many people, not only Malcolm, how many people and animals have died in that spot where Malcolm was shot? Who knows how many people have lived and died and animals have died on this land where we talking with right now? We don't know. You don't feel nothing. You don't feel nothing. They just stop all that old spooky, dumbass stuff. You don't feel nothing. No more fantasy for me. No more fiction. No more feel-good rhetoric. We cannot change our reality by embracing fantasy and fiction. Fiction cannot solve real problems. Okay, we want to say this and get the hell out of here. And when we first started our talk, we said parental discretion is advised. And here we go. Parental discretion is advised. Here we go. Now we don't control the school system. We give our young boys no manhood training at all. It's at the luck of the draw. The public school system was not designed to make a man out of your son, black woman. The public school system was not created to make a woman out of our girls. That's not what it was designed for. It was not designed to make good people out of us. So they give, in the public school system, they give our young boys no racial pride. And under the government, the way it is, they can't do that. They can't teach racial pride. They can't teach you to be proud of your people, because that means they have to teach the little white children, you got to be proud to be white. The little African children, be proud to be African, and so forth and so forth. So the federal government, the public school state system, you cannot expect the public school system to do that. So the school can't do it, and the poor young boy don't have a full functioning father, because he don't know what it means to be a man either. He's just out here drifting. Well, the Bible said a man's supposed to do that. Well, Uncle Charlie, a white man, that's what he do with his wife. We don't know. We just drifting. We have nothing for African Americans, soul brothers and sisters. We have nothing for manhood. First of all, we're not a people. If we were a people, there would be no confusion for our boys at a young age, and this would not be a problem. But it is a problem because we have no control of our children. But if you was a full functioning man, you would be control of your children. But since somebody else control your children, this is the result. And I have nothing against this poor young man. He's a victim, and he's a consequence of a people who do not have leadership, who do not have full functioning men. It's not his fault. So we teach our young boys no, we give them no warrior spirit. We're not example. What war have you won? So we're not warriors. We're not an example of a warrior spirit. Our children is in the public, our young boys is in the public school system where they learn how to be successful, how to chase the white man's dollar. That's what you learn. How to go through school, graduate, and get a job from the white man. That's what they learn. Our children do not learn how to look up to their father or to their mothers. Our children in the public school system and in this society, they know if they want something, they got to go to the white man. They got to go to the oppressor. we can't give them nothing. That's why he is who he is. And they guide him, they guide his nature to this. He had no father, he had no mother. To protect him from the predators. That's why Little Nas exists. He had no protection from the predators. Okay, so since we give our boys to the public school system and everybody else, the drug dealers, the gangs and whatnot, what do some of these men, what do they teach our boys? Y'all gonna get angry. You're gonna get angry now. We're getting ready. I mean, some of these people have probably gone because I step on their toes. I don't know if deacons, Mello, can y'all handle what I'm getting ready to say? Here we go. Well, maybe these brothers, they strong. They gonna hang. But I know a lot of these other losers, Mello said, bring it. Woo! Let me get a drink. Not no alcohol either. All right, let's do this. Okay, so what do the black man, what do the soul brother, the once called American Negro, what do we teach our boys? Well, we teach them football, right? We teach them basketball. And like the brother said earlier, we teach them how to sing and dance, rap. Some of y'all might even teach them how to shoot a gun. Bang, 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 bang. But guess what we got to? You got to, in order to be a man, you got to be able to do something now. Got to put that in the young boy's head. What do we do? What's one of the number one thing we got to show? We got to put that in that young boy's head and push it. I'm gonna tell you. Damn, nobody can guess. No, I didn't have a father in my house most of the time. I didn't have a man figure in my house most of the time. It was me and my sisters and my mother. And I had my uncles. They come around now and then. I had my grandfather, blah, blah, blah. I had a few men around me. Now, look. None of these men tried to teach me how to box, how to defend myself. None of them tried to show me how to shoot a gun or how to fix a car or fix my bike or how to carve wood or plumbing or... None of these men did that for me. the men around me, what was it that they wanted to teach me and tell me? These men. Twin said, get to it. What you talking about? Oh, I mean, it's easy. These men couldn't teach me nothing, but one day, one of these pitiful, low-life suckers came to me, and they said to me, have you got some pussy? You get you some pussy yet? He didn't ask me, can I read and write? He didn't ask me, how's my math? How's school? He didn't ask me, can I fix a car? He didn't ask me, could I box? He asked me, you got you some pussy yet? That's the attitude has not changed in 2021. Getting you some pussy. And it's so pathetic and so pitiful for us as a people. You even have women like Karen S., Sister Noble, whoever. You got women talking about pussy, trying to shame men, oh, you ain't getting no pussy. It's all about some pussy. It's a lot of you sisters' fault that your man has become a pussy and he's not a man because you got him chasing your damn backside instead of being a general, being a soldier, learning, growing, evolving to become a full functioning man. He's busy trying to get him some pussy. Now, this is the thing about it. Now, the thing about it is, that's natural. That's natural for the male to be attracted to the female. But there's something called overindulgence. Drinking too much liquor can kill you. Eating too much food can kill you. Did you know farting too much can kill you? Overindulgence of anything can cause you serious injury or death. So it's all right. It's natural for us to want some pussy. That's natural. I wouldn't be here if somebody didn't want some pussy. And the female wants your penis. It's natural. But we overindulge. And we make that a priority rather than other things that mean more for our progress than getting some pussy. So you will find this boy, he's a man in the strip club. Go ahead, baby. Take it off. Take it all off. Yeah. Go ahead. Take it all off. Go ahead. Show me some cleavage. Go ahead. I love that. Go to the prostitution house because I got to have me some pussy. That's my only function. Because I'm not a full functioning man. I have no purpose. I'm not part of an army. I'm not building nothing. There's no purpose in my life except trying to get some pussy. Now, the thing about getting some pussy, that's called lusting. And lusting is emotion. And when we allow our thinking to become emotional, it causes improper thinking. So we don't make right choices. Because you just want some pussy. And that's all you think it takes to be a man, is make some money. Look, baby, I got some money. Give me some pussy. That's all these brothers. I don't care if you poor or you Jay-Z. I just got some money. Give me some pussy. You have no other function. You have no other purpose. You have nothing else in life that got you chasing pussy. Even the women. And then you sisters, you want a full functioning man, but you got him chasing your pussy. Instead of being a warrior and a soldier and doing what is appropriate in order to give you your own nation, your own laws, your own policies, your own resources, so he can earn the pussy. You give him your body and he has not earned it. We as a male black gender in this nation, we have not earned a woman, period. We have given her nothing. She has no resources. She has no land. She has no nation. She has no schools. She has no hospitals. You make babies and she got to go to the white man's hospital. You make babies and you got to get your milk from the white man. And then when she tells you that you're a failure, you get angry and upset. Right, no freedom. She's still a slave, living with the oppressor, going on 100 years. You're not equal here. Either we're going to be equal or we out of here. One or the other. But you want some pussy. So when they lock you up and you can't get no pussy, you so pathetic. You are so pathetic and weak. You look at the anus of another man. Woo! And then you wonder why this brother exists. And you don't even have to go to jail. You would turn in that direction and you don't even have to go to prison. I saw a brother making excuses for our failure. Well, you know, slavery, they did this, and it's so much pressure. It's so much pressure on the black man and the slavery. This is 2021. You ain't no damn slave. Stop with the slavery garbage. You a bitch ass Negro. You a punk, you punkified. You want the credit and you want the honor of being a full functioning man, but you just want to sit on your ass and do nothing. If you are a man in the house with your wife, especially if you have children, and she get on your case, talk about nagging. A lot of times, these sisters are not nagging. We got problems here. Your children need shoes. These bills need to get paid. Why you on my case? You know the white man. We sick of that. Pick up some cans. Do some odd jobs. Cut some grass. Shovel some snow. That's what my grandparents did. That's what my grandpa and granduncles did. They had 9 children to feed. They cut grass. They picked cotton. They slopped the hogs. They had 9 children to take care of. You made those children. They did not ask to be here. And so your wife is working, and you made all these children, and she's like, why I gotta do this all by myself? You want to sit at home and play video games. Where you got the pussy, there's a price for getting pussy. When you take pussy by force, it's called rape. And you end up in prison. And then you're cute. And the sister give you some pussy. And you make all these out of wedlock babies. Or maybe you marry. And then you don't want nothing to do with the woman. And you pay child support. Well, even if you marry and have a beautiful family, there's a price you pay when you getting pussy. Unless you buying a prostitute. Give her $10. Give her $200. Get you some pussy. Go on about your business. Except you might have an STD. You might get AIDS. You might get some disease. But that's the chance you take when you gamble because you want some pussy. There's nothing else you have in your life. You cannot build a nation. You cannot get into the warrior spirit when the only thing on your mind, gotta get me some pussy. Again, that's natural. But we're going to take a quote from the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran says about the devil, about Shaitan, that he will come at us in the right path, in all ways. Sex is natural. So the devil works on you and takes advantage of your sex drive. And this is where I find ourselves. Look how people get when we start talking about sex. You could be all tired and drowsy. Then somebody said pussy. What did he say? He said something about some pussy. Said something about some dick. Said something about some sucking somebody. That's all we are. Pussy, dick, sucking and licking and lapping. That, licking, that. Licking booty. Drinking pee-pee and eating doo-doo. We become some savages. And you got the nerve to talk about this guy? You ain't no different. You have the same mindset. But you justify what you do because you said, I'm married now. I can do anything I want to with my husband. I can do anything I want with my wife. I'm married now. And you licking, sucking, and doing the same stuff that this guy is doing. What makes you any different? All of you have become unnatural savages as Shaitan has come in the natural path of life and taking you on the wrong path. And your mind is infatuated engulfed with sexual garbage 24 hours a day. You cannot be a soldier. You cannot be a warrior with pussy on your mind. It's not going to work. Sex is a powerful emotion. It's a powerful drive. I remember I did an experiment with myself. I was trying to do some work, some kind of papers. And I don't know why, what made me think of this, but I came up with this experiment. Because I was doing pretty good. Whatever the work I was doing, I was concentrated. I was spot on. I was doing what I need to do. Then I decided, I picked up the Jet Beauty of the Week. Remember Jet Magazine? I don't know if they still sell Jet Magazine, but I got one of those Jet magazines, Jet Beauty of the Week. And I turned it to the sister in the bathing suit. And I turned it there and I put that in front of me. And I did an experiment. Because I already knew I was on point. Whatever it was, I was doing it. And I wanted to see, just because this woman is in a bathing suit and it's a picture. It's just an image. It's not real. I'm going to put this image of this woman. I'm going to put this image in front of me and see what happens. I'm going to see if I can stay focused on whatever I'm doing. I failed. I began making mistakes. I couldn't concentrate because my eyes, I kept wanting to look at this image. This woman's breasts, the shape of her hips. I couldn't stay concentrated. If you are a revolutionary, if you talk about black liberation, you cannot have your mind on the pussy. It takes your mind off. That's why when you go back and look at some of these ancient cultures, the Roman Empire, the Vikings, and even some of these African cultures that have had a reputation of being warriors, there was no pussy. Matter of fact, in some cultures, the soldiers are actually castrated. What they call, help me out, deacons, it's a word for it. When you castrate somebody, you become, I forgot what the word is. In some of these cultures, because your job is to be a warrior. Your job is to fight. You should not have no interest in getting no pussy. Some of the weakest soldiers, now, when you look at America, you think America has brave fighting soldiers. No, America has incredible technology. Those soldiers, their mind is on pussy or anus. Every year, women in the military talk about how they have been raped in the United States Armed Forces. Because those soldiers are not soldiers. They can work the equipment or whatever, but their mind is on pussy. If you're a warrior and a soldier, your mind cannot be on the pussy. It takes away. There was something in the boxing world that they tell you. Do not get pussy before a fight. I believe when Mike Tyson, in his first fight, his real first loss against Evander Holyfield, they said he got some pussy from Robin Givens. and he got his ass whooped the next day. Because thinking about pussy make you weak in the mind. And physically, it drains you. Or was it Buster Douglas? Yeah, it was Buster Douglas. Yeah, you're right. See, it was Buster Douglas. Right, it was Buster Douglas. When Mike Tyson, the rumor was Mike Tyson got him some pussy. Don't know. Mike Tyson got him some pussy. You don't know what you're doing. Before the fight. And Mike Tyson got his ass whooped the next day. Because pussy, as many of you men know, physically it drains you. Physically. Oh yeah, he sure did. That was the beginning of the end of Mike Tyson. He starts suffering losses. I mean, you're going to lose sooner or later anyway, but he lost because he got him some pussy. I guess it was worth it, eh, Mike? Then next thing you know, he got rape charges against him. Wow. It's all about, got to get me some pussy. You know, I don't care what happened in my life. I just got to get me some pussy. So we don't, we've never had full functioning men. We never had warriors. We never had warriors, brothers and sisters. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We got Malcolm X, and we got Dr. King, and we got Elijah Muhammad, and we got Noble Jew Ali, and we got Minister Farrakhan. I appreciate what all our brothers have done in the civil rights movement, the Black Power struggle, Marcus Garvey and Noble Jew Ali, and the list goes on, and Huey P. Newton, and the list can go on and on. But we've never had soldiers. We've never had a group of warriors that don't give a damn about getting some pussy. Now here you are, you live in an oppressive society, a hostile environment, but Malcolm X found time to get him some pussy. Got 5 daughters. Dr. King, you getting your ass whooped, dogs biting you, going to jail. But Dr. King found some time, get him some pussy. It's all about getting some pussy. And see, you sisters don't want any warriors because you're comfortable in your oppression. Because if you really want your man to fight, if you really want your own black nation, if you really want your own, you're going to have to tell the brothers, if you don't get that from me, I ain't giving you no pussy. But you can't do that because you dickified. You penisified. As much as he want some pussy, you want some ding dong. You want some slanger dang. And so you got a group of people who ain't nothing but sexual degenerates, a bunch of ass freaks. You're not fully functioning men, and you're not fully functioning women. Just a bunch of sex crazy, comfortable slaves roaming the countryside until the master says, sit your happy ass down. And you sit down. And so they will not come here to the Reality's temple Didn't we just, let me put this on the screen. You not a man, little dude. Absolutely. Didn't I just say our gender? And you come back with some crap, I'm going to block you. We're not as a gender. I did not exclude myself. I accept the reality. You go somewhere where they can kiss your little knee and pat you on the head like you're a dog and tell you you're a man and you're not, because you got a damn job, because you got a degree on the wall, because you got you some pussy. You getting all the pussy that a man would want, but you have no resources. You have no land. You have no resources. No hospitals. No grocery stores. No power plants. But you get a lot of pussy though. You have no true freedom. You have no true liberation. But you got a big dick. You got that. And when it's all said and done, you don't even control that. These people control the sex laws in this country. Ask the women. These men tell these women what they can and cannot do with their bodies. And I will say this in conclusion. You sisters, you women, you should want your men and your boys to come here. You should want that. Because out there, those men, you're not even human. You're just pussy. That's all you are. You're just something to lay down with and get a nut. That's all. They don't even view you as human beings. Why would you want your men and your son and your boys to continue to be like them? And you give your pussy to them for little or nothing, and what do they give you back? You have nothing. This beautiful sister, Terry, I could tell she wants to speak to her blackness. She wants to speak to that, but she can't, because we don't control the entertainment industry. She knows if she speak about melanin, if she speak about her blackness the way she really want to, she's done. Because she make her living by singing. And we don't support them like that. We don't offer venues to support them. So they go all around the world, and the majority of their audience is white. They just went on a European tour, not an African tour, a European tour. And the reason why they have to do that, they have no men to protect them. They're nothing but pussy to us. They're not human beings. Our children are nothing but tools to make us feel like men. Yeah, I'm the man of this house. I'm the breadwinner. Go over there, bring me that, Johnny. Hakeem, bring me my newspaper. You want to feel a man. You want to feel like a man in your house. Because outside of your house, you know you ain't shit. This is what all of us are out. This is what all of us are outside of our house. There's different levels of it. This is the extreme, but this is what we are outside our house. So you want to feel like a man. So you want to feel like a man in your house. Because you know in the real world, you're not. But again, that's because we're not full functioning men. Because full functioning men understand we need to have an army. We have to come together. We have to have a specific plan, purpose, and a goal. Set up that army, and that army, it's time for that army to be put into action and take over territory. Give her some land. Give her some resources. All this damn, I got the information and scholarship. That's old and dead. That's no longer acceptable. All this babyfying men and cuddling. And the white man do this. And the slavery. We are 100 years from slavery. These excuses are no longer acceptable. We have to become full functioning men. And the reason why I exist, the reason why Brother Talib exists, and the reason why Brother Omar exists, and a whole lot of other brothers exist, because we've learned from our experience so that you can do better than us and you can become full functioning men. I remember no man taught me. When I was a young boy, like many of you, when there was a threat, I ran to my mama. Father wasn't around, so I had to run to my mama. Mama, mama. I ran to mama. But as I grew older, there was no men around me. There was no men to teach me nothing. As I grew older, something told me I need to protect my mama, because actually I'm getting so big, I'm stronger than my mother. I'm bigger than my mother. And so in time, we changed roles, because now your son is no longer a boy. Your son is a man. I knew naturally that it's my role to protect my woman, my female. One of the things my girlfriend, one of my first girlfriends liked about me was when we used to go out, I always put myself in a position, if there was any threat, I'm going to be the first to get it. Even if I die, give you a chance to run. No matter where we went, I was always security minded, always looking around. That's your job. Protection. I was joking around with my nieces, the little nieces that you saw on my medical fundraiser video. I was playing with them one day, and we was just joking around, and one of my nieces said, we don't have to worry about that because Uncle Taalik, you protect us, right? And then I was just joking around. I said, no, I'm going to run and hide behind you. Woo, I'm going to say that we're going to get out of here. I'm going to repeat that again, just in case you didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. My niece said she don't have to worry about that because Uncle Taalik is going to protect us. And then I said, jokingly, no, I'm going to run and hide behind you. Do you know how much that hurt her feelings when I said that? Do you know how much that made her upset? She was almost ready to cry because she was confident that her uncle, the man, I'm going to protect her. She was confident. She knew. But then I told her I'm going to run and hide behind her. And I told her, I'm just joking. She didn't like that. She did not like that as a joke. Yeah. She did not even like that as a joke. I'm going to tell you. Now, that was a few years ago. Till this day, she don't like that. She didn't like that interchange we had. I think we got Brother Taalik trying to get in here. There you go, Taalik. Can you hear us? Brother Taalik, can you hear us? Taalik, I guess he can't hear us. You're going to have to get him on speakerphone. We hear him, but he can't hear us, I guess. Taalik, can you hear us? I'm gonna have to call him because I can't hear him. Let me call him. Let me call him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the speakerphone thing again.
Okay.
But I was just finishing up what I wanted to say. You can talk to us real quick.
What is the topic now?
Pro-blackness and this Aboriginal stuff have not produced strong black men.
Okay, if I get corrupted with a fucking card, that means I gotta handle some business, but I'll be join you aboard at this time.
Okay. Yeah, I was just finishing up what I was saying. I was telling people about my niece, and she was angry when I told her that I wasn't going to protect her. And she did not like that, even to this day. Because I'm the male, I'm the strong figure. And she's a little girl. She's expecting me to protect her at all costs. And I will say this, I'm going to turn the mic over to our brother Taalik. Don't you think if our women were in their right mind, which they're not, they should feel the same way as my little niece looked at me? Disappointed. We offer them nothing. We don't protect them. We give them nothing. We're a big disappointment. And the reason why they cuddle you, a lot of these sisters do, because they feel sorry for you because you're so damn weak. And they feel sorry for you. And they want you to be happy. Oh, don't worry. That's a bad old white man. You know, slavery did this to you. Yeah, this is bad. They help you make excuses, but what you don't understand is the babysitting and the coddling and the kissing of your brothers. You're making them weaker and weaker and weaker. And this is the result. And it's not going to get any better. And so we have pro-blackness, and we have Pan-Africanism, and we have this Aboriginal stuff, and you're not able to make full functioning men. You got men that put on a costume, but they're not really willing and able and dedicated to function as full functioning men, because as far as a full functioning man is concerned, just like Sister Tasha Fierce said in a video a few months ago, she said it would be more honorable for us to go extinct than continue to live in the manner that we live right now. It's more honorable to go out of existence. We're living as Pharaoh slaves. We're not full functioning men. I can accept that. And since we here can accept that, we can evolve and progress and work on becoming that warrior. Not just talk about it, but be about it, becoming that warrior and that soldier, and that these women, that the sisters need in order for us to progress as a people. If the only thing you want is some pussy, this is all you're going to get. And guess what? That's what they call you. Black man, a bunch of pussies. You act like pussy, you get a lot of pussy, and you get called pussy. So enjoy being a pussy. You're a black power pussy, a Pan-African pussy, Kemetic pussy, black Christian pussy. Well, at least you got your full recommended daily allowance of pussy. We got to do better. I know a lot of sisters don't like to hear this either, because they are guilty of babysitting men. We don't do that here. Take your pussified ass, man or woman, and roll out. Enjoy your life and continue making men like this. Now, again, this brother is to the extreme, but y'all not too far from. You think you different. You ain't too far from. You do the same kind of stuff that this man do behind closed doors. He has no land, no resources, don't give a damn. You don't have no land resource. You have no control. You have no power. What make you think you better and different than he is? The only difference is, physically, he don't want no more pussy. I'm going to turn the mic over to Brother Talib. And Brother Talib, you take us out of here.
Yes,
when you finish.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, thanks once again for inviting me on the panel.
You're welcome.
And once again, peace and shout outs to those as I text in the chat
Yeah.
room. And also, man, this is a good topic here because, I just want to say something first before I move on forward regarding this topic here. I had a so-called relative, biologically by blood, who used to always, kind of call me out my name, getting pussy.
Oh, yeah, right.
This and that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And, this individual ain't nothing but a, whore.
Uh-huh.
He's always been one, and he's always been a weak one, as far as I'm concerned anyway, But neither here nor less, I have to say that I've come into contact over the years with brothers, whether they was in the conscious community or whether they was outside the conscious community. And I'm talking about soul brothers, of course.
Uh-huh.
And all they center their attention around is getting pussy.
Right.
I don't care what they do, whether it be on the jobs, the school, or whatever they doing. You know what I'm saying? Or even if they into some so-called black conscious teachings or whatever, or even the Christian church, of course, they always talking about pussy.
Right.
I'm married, or I'm getting ready to marry this girl, or I'm getting ready to, have kids with this woman, and and I mean, I'd say maybe about 70% of the conversation when I was around brothers, when I was doing time, was centered on pussy.
Yeah.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
You find white boys that was among the prison population. They didn't even talk much about pussy as brothers did.
Mm-hmm.
That I could remember, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even Mexicans, other groups of people, were brothers. And then, fast forward, on this side of the fence, you get the same thing.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They constantly talking about pussy. I mean, goddamn. First of all, brother, you've been saying this since you come out of your own mothers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And no disrespect to the mamas, because I had one.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, come on. Bruh, it's more to life than just that. But, see, this is the thing. like I heard somebody say yesterday in the video, your brain, you so much caught up in the pussy that you don't think about your economic or financial situation, which is why you bring children into obscure positions. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Into insecure positions to where they end up being just and not undesirables in society. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
As a result, because you're bringing them into poverty, you're bringing situation all together that's not conducive for their habitation. You see what I'm saying? So
right.
Now you got another generation of people that you done brought in the world that all they think about is pussy. Pussy, pussy. You hear it all in the music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know, so I mean, this is my thing. If you don't have no other, because I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. Pussy is just like a drug.
Yeah.
Whether you want to realize it or not, it's addictive. It's addictive, and there's a lot of brothers so caught up in it. It's where they'll do anything, even to the point of putting their own life and freedom in jeopardy.
Right.
Boy, you know what I'm saying? And then when you end up in prison over some woman, over a no good woman at that, especially, that you know what I'm saying? You call yourself trying to protect or defend, especially over some BS. Now she gone with the next nigga.
Yep. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? While you sitting up in the penitentiary, probably riding on the L. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, it's like, what part of this do you not understand? You know, and then you want to talk about the homos. Okay, you know what? Let me say this, and this is, and I'm not saying this because I'm defending LGBT or homosexuality. All I'm saying is this: is that one thing about them, you understand, and this is the truth of the matter, y'all, is that one thing about them is that they don't have to worry about dealing with the irresponsibility of having kids by a female, okay? And that's why a lot of them end up moving on individually as success stories in life than your average heterosexual among the soul community. You know, because their priorities are more professional. Although they like people of their same sex now, okay, that's a whole nother situation altogether. But I'm just saying, they don't spend time like your average heterosexual or those who say that they're heterosexual. No more, no less. You see what I'm saying? And they spend more time with their professions in life, trying to make something out of themselves, or trying to do something worthwhile with their life, instead of chasing after pussy, fighting over pussy, killing over pussy. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, you looked at my female, or you looked at my wife, man. Man, nigga, what's wrong with you, man? You talking to my wife, but you ain't saying nothing to me. That's disrespectful, man. Now I got to bust you in your head, nigga. Now I got to put a cap in you. You see what I'm saying? That type of mentality. So my thing is this. You have a lot of brothers, and this is why a lot of brothers who end up in the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying, because they end up also becoming homosexuals while they in the joint if they already wasn't one, because of their insecurities when it came to being so sexually emotional. You know what I'm saying? So now I ain't got no pussy. So now I got to get, you know what I'm saying, get some stick pussy. You know, that type of mentality. You see what I'm saying? So this is my thing with that, is that this is the reason why you got to pick your associates and who you deal with out there. You see what I'm saying? If you're riding in the middle of traffic, you get caught up with some nigga in the road rage who talking to a female and she with another man in a car that she in. You see what I'm saying? And the male pull out a pistol and be like, man, why you speaking to my woman, and blow his head off. He blow his head off after they done got into some words. You see what I'm saying? Or in a club or something, like I said, or at a movie out somewhere, you know, or you walk past and you know, and see, this is the situation. You know, you got brothers who always want to see their women look so sexy and so attractive, but when they put them women in that situation out there in public, and then they want to get mad at another brother because he sweating this woman. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't be telling your woman to dress like that. You see what I'm saying? So you won't have to be in no position to where you have to go to the penitentiary over some BS. Because brothers ain't, you know, most of the average soul brothers ain't thinking with rationality.
Right.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, no way. So my thing is that you know, I don't know, man, what to say about that. As far as brothers, you know, when it comes to their priorities in that manner, you know. But unfortunately, you know, going back to the struggle, you know, this is why we're nowhere as men, because we're so caught up in that.
Yeah.
You know, this is why the Caucasian don't respect you, because you don't protect your woman, and because he see how much you disrespect your woman. So he feel like, hell, when you disrespect, I keep doing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so this is what we dealing with. You know, but yet, you know, brothers, you know, and I'm be honest with you, because I'm kind of guilty of it. I used to want to, I fantasize and want to go to Brazil or you know what I'm saying, some other country like the Philippines to chase after a foreign woman, like brothers on O'Shea Jackson and brothers on his channel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what? At the end of the day, the reality is my woman is right here in America. And that's all I need. It's a soul sister.
Yeah.
As far as a woman is concerned. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going way across seas or from here to another continent chasing after no pussy that could get me killed in the process too. Because there's a lot of brothers who leave. There is some brothers leaving America, going to places like Brazil and Colombia, getting killed over pussy. Because they chasing after foreign pussy. You see what I'm saying? Going over here in Puerto Rico or the Philippines or Japan, they chasing after pussy.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you ain't hearing from them no more. Why? Well, we know. All in the name of pussy. You know, you put yourself in in all kind of crazy situations. You know what I'm saying? Over some pussy. I mean, you might as well just, for those of you that ain't got a drug problem, you might as well have one because it ain't no different. You know what I'm saying? But you chasing after pussy. You know, that's an addiction.
Yeah.
You know how many people in prison over domestic violence concerning pussy?
Right, right.
Just as much as people that's addicted to crack cocaine and heroin and meth and all that, that's in prison. All the stuff related to that. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, my thing is, you got to understand that pussy ain't where it's at. And no disrespect to the sisters. But the sisters truly in their back mind would rather you not, concentrate on their putty cat.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They would rather you get busy working on being a man and protecting them and them children for real.
Absolutely.
From this hostile society and world we living in. See, that's what that's all about. You see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, like somebody say, that's the best game in town. You know, while you talking about trying to run game up on some pussy, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the much more better game in town. You see, so the thing about it is that you understand, it's that you got to get your priorities straight, brothers and sisters. You got to get your priorities straight, unless, like someone say, you will just be better off going extinct.
Absolutely.
You know, and yeah, I heard you speaking about brother Mike Tyson. Yeah, man. That's one primary example, man. Oh, man, he could have been even great at his what he was good in, you know, had he not got caught up in pussy.
Right.
Not mind you, Muhammad Ali. I mean, he wasn't no, perfect saint either.
No.
Because even when he was in the Nation of Islam, he was getting caught up going from pussy to pussy.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, even cheating on his wives and stuff. Well, we know that. You see what I'm saying? So that's no secret, brother. You know, and I mean, hey, and a lot of them got caught up. Sugar Ray Leonard got caught up like that. There's a whole bunch of them, you know what I'm saying? Chasing after pussy, you know, Aaron Pryor. Of course, he had a much more serious, heavy drug addiction that took him down than some of the others. But I mean, you know, who else I could mention? Even Evander Holyfield was caught cheating. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a lot of the brothers. You know, Jack Johnson, the first heavyweight black boxing champion, first black heavyweight champion ever in history of boxing, Jack Johnson. Well, you know, he almost lost his life because of pussy. Of course, because he was facing after pink pussy during that time, which was a no-no in America for the black man, or for the soul man, rather than say. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, I mean, you know, yeah, the cycle continues on and on and on and on and on, you know, and when is it going to stop? You know, and of course, because of chasing after pussy, man, I done seen so many brothers get their lives snatched away. Whether it was to the grave, the early grave, or to the system. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Over some pussy. God damn. Even I see a lot of brothers who come here to Nebraska, Walmart, right? You know, it ain't that much, here in Nebraska, it ain't that much soul pretty cat to go around, you know what I'm saying? Especially like Walmart, but I mean, you know, they come here chasing after these pink pretty cats and end up getting caught up and trapped up in all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, brothers, can't y'all do better than that? Especially chasing after these poor pink ones, you know, that ain't got nothing. You know, and I mean, it just shows you how low their priorities is.
Yeah.
You know, like Public Enemy used to say, how low can you go? You know? So, I mean, it's like your priorities is just so low because you've allowed pussy to take you to that low level of extent.
Yeah.
And you wonder why you don't get no respect as men. And brother, man, damn, I wish I'd got on early with you. Because I missed quite a bit of what you were saying, but yeah, man, that's real. That's the reality of the situation, you know. And I mean, you know, I love my sisters, and I want to see better for them. But you know, I heard you saying sisters feeling sorry for brothers. I'm gonna be honest. I feel sorry for sisters because of the shit they got to deal with.
Right.
Because of brothers.
Yeah.
How about somebody feel sorry for the sisters in that manner? You see what I'm saying?
Right. You deserve
I feel
better.
sorry for the sisters, even though some could be wretched as hell.
Yeah.
And do the stuff they doing. But I feel sorry for the sisters. I feel sorry for what my mother had to go through.
Yeah.
Man, I feel sorry what my grandmother had to go through with man. You see what I'm saying? And the grandmothers and grandmothers before them, of course, you know. And it's just crazy. I mean, damn, they carried us through slavery, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for them, more of us would have got destroyed during slavery because of the soul system. It's why so many of us are still here.
Right.
Whether you want to realize it or not. And this is how we repay them back. So, I mean, you know, at that end, you know, on that note, I just feel like, man, you know, we need to really get our priorities together as brothers.
Yeah.
And stop being punks and sissies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this here, man. You know, when you talk about brothers that are homosexuals or bisexuals or whatever, let me tell you something to those heterosexual brothers as well. You're no better than them.
Right.
And the reason you're no better than them, because you don't have no land, no power,
Mm-hmm.
you don't got no laws that people got to follow and got to respect and follow, even slave master or the racists that got to respect them laws and follow them. You don't have no base set up where we can actually be respected and called a people finally for once and for all. So you're no different from our soul brothers in the LGBT community. You're no different. Matter of fact, you look upon more as a sissy than they are.
Huh.
And I know that might touch a nerve button with some brothers that's listening, but hey, that's the truth. That's the truth. How in the hell you gonna look at them, look down on them, and you in the same chained up position as them? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, they deserve freedom, justice, and equality too.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, how you gonna look down on them like that? You ain't in no better position than them. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, you need to just check yourself as far as your priorities go, because I mean, you got it really twisted, and that's the reason why I be straight. You know, that's why I don't deal with so many brothers. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's on social media or whether it's, you know, out there in real life, you know, as far as on the streets. You know, I don't have too much time for that because brothers are so full of it.
Yeah.
They so full of it. You know, you know, you caught up in all this other stuff. Brothers pussy, you know, and you got your priorities mixed up. You know, if it ain't pussy, it's about getting some dope.
Yeah.
It's about getting some liquor, something to drink, alcohol to drink down your system, so you can act a fool off of that. You know, or it's always something, some type of device that's not natural for the right rational mind to, you know what I'm saying, build on. You see what I'm saying? So now, you know, you don't have no children and grandchildren don't respect us. Well, I mean, you know, I know somebody, I'm not going to put them out there bars their relations to me. But I'm going to say this, though. It's no wonder why they child don't respect them. Because anytime you sit up and smoke reefer with your child, and drugs is drugs, I don't care which way you put it. Marijuana, cocaine, it's all from the earth, okay? Heroin is all from the earth. Drugs is drugs, okay?
Right.
So, you know, when they say, well, that's from the earth, miss me with all that spiritual stuff. You know, it's all from the earth. How about that, right? Yeah. But anyway, you know, when you sit up and let your own child smoke drugs with you, or you smoke drugs with your own child, what? Or even sit up and drink alcohol with your own child. What make you think, you understand, that any positivity is going to come out of that? What make you think in your right mind that anything good is going to come out of that? Nothing but bad could come out of that. First, the level of respect is lost. That all goes out the window. And there's a lot of parents that do drugs with their children.
Aaliyah Muhammad.
Whether they realize that or not, huh?
I said Aaliyah Muhammad.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Sure do.
Prime example, yeah, prime example, right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, this is what you get. And fathers as well.
Right.
When you you know, trying to you know, do drugs with your son, or allow your sons in on illegal things or unnatural things that you do among your adult peers. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They gonna grow up not respecting you. Okay? So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is what you get. And then you wonder, like I say, why your children and grandchildren don't respect you. This is the result of that. You know what I'm saying? And they will never, ever respect you behind that. You know? It'll be too late for you to try to convince them to be right by you. Because you wasn't right by them when they were younger. So like they say, you can't teach a dog new tricks at that point. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, you got to wake up and understand and realize these things. And this is why brothers got to understand, going back to what we talking about on this topic here, is that getting pussy ain't it. Matter of fact, it could kill you quicker than dope itself will. And you know, like that's all you got to do is go around here to these penitentiaries throughout America, and you go in there and visit a lot of them brothers on the yard, and they'll tell you, a great percentage of them will tell you that's what they're in prison for, over pussy. If they ain't dead to the point where they can't talk about it, you see what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, I mean, this is just the reality of the whole scenario. And I know a lot of brothers feel like, well, they try to justify, well, man, you know, God, you know, when they put the religious thing in, well, we was put on this earth to multiply. Wait a minute, it's a science in sex too.
Yeah.
Just like it's a science in growing crops in the earth, right? When you want to talk about marijuana, cocaine, and all that, it's a science in everything concerning this our existence here on earth, as far as humanity goes. So, to simply say that we was just put on earth multiply, you know what I'm saying? That's not necessarily true, because it's a science to that. And what you mean multiply? This is why the planet is so out of sync now, because you got too many people on it.
Right.
This is why crops and all the naturals in the earth is being destroyed and eroded, because there's so many people on the planet Earth. This is why global warming is going on, because there's so many people on the earth. This is why weather disasters is happening, because there's so many people on the earth. It's because people are living in unnatural geographical areas, like down south in New Orleans, which ain't nothing but a bunch of swampland. You see what I'm saying? What you doing living on the West Coast where you got all the forest fires at? There's certain places we ain't even supposed to be living at on Earth. So, again, even where you live at, it's a science to that. If you follow me, if you get what I'm saying, it's a science to that. So, yeah, having sex as well is a science to that. So, no, you simply, just because you see a woman and you want to jump on her like a pony and ride her and pump babies in her, no. That ain't how that simply goes. But, you know, like Genuine say, ride that pony, that's all their mentality is.
Yeah.
That's all their mentality is. And they not thinking about the fact that when they bring in kids under these circumstances, how it could backfire on them. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Especially when they brought them in a situation to prepare them to where they could be protected from this hostile society and hostile world that we live in. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, this is what we're dealing with here. But, this is why I say that, brothers need to understand that if we want to change this world from the way it is now, or the way that the Peckerwood is running it, we got to do something different.
Right.
We can't do it up under their influence. You see what I'm saying? Or they way of thinking. That's why Africa is the way it is. That's why things the way it is on the continent of Africa. But anyway, brother, I got to go because I got this phone call. So
all right.
Peace out to you and everybody in the chat room.
Cool. Peace. Peace out. Alrighty then. I just want much appreciated, Brother Taalik. Stopped by, gave us a few minutes of his time, and basically he was saying a lot of the things that we've already talked about earlier. He just confirmed or validated, I guess, to the point, some of the things that we already talked about. I just want to make a few quick points, and we out of here. We are Audi 5000. The first point I want to make is this. Let me let y'all thank Taalik real quick. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. I want to talk about real quick this Bible religious thing where it talks about we on the earth and multiply. That's when the earth, you idiot, it was only 2 people on the earth. Wasn't it Adam and Eve or whatever? There's only 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the planet. So of course, your God would say, be fruitful and multiply. But he gave you no instructions on, like, damn, it's too many of y'all suckers here. What is close to 5 billion now. And you have no predators. Disease is not killing you off. You have to have balance. And we should be wise and smart enough to have balance. But clearly there is no balance. And one of the reasons why there is no balance is because you have a group of people that want to make slaves out of us. Yeah.
Yes. Well, things did not go as planned as I thought they would. So I figured I'll just sit back and listen while you close us on out.
Okay. Yeah, so that Bible stuff don't make any sense. Even animals, if there's a drought or if there's something unnatural, they won't breed. A lot of animals, if you put them into a captivity, they won't breed. They say, you can have me as a slave. I'm not going to bring babies into this. So would you want to have babies if you was in a house fire? Well, damn, baby, it only take a few minutes. You want to get to doing the do, the house is on fire. You wouldn't do that. We're having babies, you're having babies and bringing children into a hostile environment. The parents of George Floyd knew it. The parents of Sandra Bland knew they was bringing their daughter into a hostile environment. We all know that we were bringing children to a hostile environment. There's a good chance that not only the white man would kill your child, but actually it's a greater probability that a black man would kill your child. That's a more realistic in 2021. Now, we may not like Aaliyah Pork Chop Muhammad. We may not like Miss Flip Flopper, Miss Noble. We may not like some of these sisters or whatever. But unfortunately for us, the reason why they exist is because there has been no male. There has been no dominant figure in our community. So our lack of being full functioning men produced Sister Noble, Aaliyah, Piggly Wiggly Pork Chop, and Cynthia G, and all these wacky ass women out here because we are not full functioning men. And instead of striving, learning how to be a full functioning man, you'd rather be a high value man and just show off with your little funky money and whatever, but you still have no resources. You don't control a damn thing. You just a Victoria's Secret Negro model with some money. That's all you are. Kevin Samuels might be a high value man, but he's not fully functioning. Tommy Sotomayor, all these guys, they're not full functioning men. And I also agree with Cynthia G. Since they are not full functioning men, they take their wrath out on women. This is a sign of people, any people or person who have been abused. We are in a very abusive situation, a very hostile situation. But instead of striking out at the ones who's really causing you your problem, they strike out at the female because they are afraid of the dominant male in charge. This white man, these people who run these politics, they are the dominant. They are the alpha male. Kevin Samuels might be a high value male, but clearly he's a beta male. So I will agree with Cynthia G. My problem with Cynthia G, unfortunately, is she's young and she understands, she knows the problem, but she don't know what to do with it. I suggest you, sister, come over here, talk to us. Don't be scared, and learn how to solve the problem. Not just talk about the problem, solve it. Otherwise, what are you getting out of talking about it? You getting your rocks off talking about the problem and not solving it. So you become part of the problem. Again, brothers, we should learn how to discipline ourselves, which when I was in the Nation of Islam, we were trained and we were taught discipline, not only pussy control, but how to control our eating habits and other things. However, when you get a ring on your finger, then you're justified in not having pussy control. You can screw your wife every night and think about pussy all the man. You know, I want to sell these bean pies, but I need to go home and get me some Islam pussy, some MGT pussy. That's what they caused in Malcolm X. And mind you, if it wasn't for pussy, that problem between Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X would not have happened, right? It wouldn't have happened. The reason why it happened, because of what? It starts with a P, my friend. Because of pussy. Malcolm X is dead because of pussy. Because Elijah Muhammad had to have him lots of pussy because I'm the messenger of God. And God said, get all the pussy you can. Your dick is really, really special. Now, I wonder how come Elijah Muhammad is the messenger of God and God told him to get all this pussy, but Master Farad Muhammad, who they teach is God, how come he wasn't getting a lot of pussy? And he's God. I don't know. That's a question. Things that make you say, And for the last thing that I want to say is, until we actually become a people and that is understood, I'm not protecting any woman on the street. A brother, we as men are supposed to protect our sisters, our females, but that's when they become part of us. When we all on the same, we here. We're not here. You want to run around here? If you want to run around here and get involved in any woman's business, that's you take that gamble. A prime example is Philip Muhammad. Philip Muhammad broke some windows out of this Chinese Asian place or whatever because the Asians disrespected the sisters, and he went to jail over it. Matter of fact, he did it in broad daylight. He went to jail over it, right? And then the Asians fixed the glass, and they had a half-off weave sale, and all those women who he fought for, all of them formed a whole line around the block to get 50% off weaves and wigs. And Phil Muhammad is probably still on papers till this day. Maybe not. That was a little while ago. He might be off papers. But he had to go through the court system and all that garbage, fighting for women that did not ask you and don't give a damn about Philip Muhammad. So if I'm a black man, I'm fighting for all the black women. You can do that. And I wish you the best of luck. I'm not going to do it until the sisters deserve it and they earn it. I'm not going to go out here because some woman, it's according to what the situation is, I'm not going to do that. Because these women would turn right around and they would help the police against you. Yeah, officer, I saw him throw the brick through the glass. Damn, I was fighting for your virtue. Because the Asian woman was kicking your ass. Yeah, but she gave me 50% off on weaves. That's more important than your happy ass. Nobody asked you to throw a damn brick through the window. So I'm not pro-black. That's what pro-black and Pan-Africans and black Muslims, if that's what y'all want to do, be my guest. I don't do that. Every woman around here, you end up in prison, and she'll go out and marry a white guy, and your happy ass is in prison fighting for her virtue, fighting for her honor, and she don't deserve it. When we become and understand, now that we have become a unified, understand that we're people with principles, little boys know what they're supposed to be when they grow up. Little girls understand this is what expected of you as a black woman, soul sister in our community. Then that's different. We don't have that now. And these Negroes will get you hurt. And I'm not going to jail for them. We all on our own. I'm not doing it. Now, if I personally know you and you are in our group, that's totally different. They're not. I'm not protecting no damn savages. Some drunk sister get in trouble. And you know how ignorant our people are. Our people go to Chinese places and these Asian places, and you know they act a fool. And you will get caught up in that nonsense and make it a racial issue. It wasn't a racial issue. You had some Negroes that went to the Chinese place, that went to the Asian beauty shop, and they act stupid. Matter of fact, one sister got caught outright stealing, and they made a race issue. Oh, they did that. They beat her up because she's black. No, they beat her ass up because she was a thief. I'm not getting caught up in all that dumbass drama. If y'all want to do that, that's your business. I'm glad I'm not pro-black. I'm glad I'm not Pan-African. I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm not going to get caught up in that foolishness. These Negroes will have you go to prison for the rest of your life, and they'll still be free. Oh, that was a damn shame what happened to Philip Muhammad. Oh, not me. And none of us going to get caught up in no dumbass stuff like that. Thank you, Johnny Cochran showed up. Thank you, Johnny. And on that note, we have nothing else to talk about. We said all we got to say. We've been speaking for 3 hours and a half, so that's it. Thank you for listening. Jot down your comments. And everything that you need to know is in the description box. You can learn about my autobiography if you want to get that. If you want to cash out, it's in the description box. Subscribe to Operation Exodus Mississippi. The link is in the description box. Subscribe to our brother Talib's channel. Link is in the description box and all that kind of good stuff. And I don't know when we're going to come back and talk again. But until next time, y'all, stay safe, be smart, be wise. Do not let this pro-blackness, Pan-African garbage, don't let that stuff brainwash you. It's a road to nowhere. I know. I was in it for 45 years. It ain't going to get you nowhere. Brother Talib is here. He was in the he was back and forth in the stuff for what, 40 years? Brother Talib. Well, anyway.
Yeah, about 30-some years.
Yeah, 30-some years. And where did it get you?
It got me nowhere. It got me, as I would always say, wondering what would have happened throughout all these years of my life had I not got involved in that pro-black crap.
Right. Right. Me too. Wasted all that time. But then again, I just been drifting because I still didn't know what to do. But now you brothers are lucky, and you, as they say in religion, you've been blessed. You got the right one, baby. This is it. If we don't do this, ain't nothing gonna happen. I guarantee you. They ain't done nothing. What was they doing before the Mississippi campaign? Before Soul Power? 2018. They was doing nothing. They have all the money. They have all the subscribers. They got all the support. Put all of them together. They have accomplished no more than what we have done. And we only have $10 to our name and 10 subscribers. That's a loser proposition. If you just want to feel good, that's the way to go. But if you really want to solve the problem once and for all, and you care about your future generations, help us rebuild and bring back our life, which is soul. Soul power forever. So with that said, thank you for listening. Thank you, Deacons of Reality, those in the chat room, Mellow Cap, Brother Talib, thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, as our brother Dr. Cornelius used to always say as in parting, I wish us love, peace, and so we out of here, y'all. Yeah.